Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below. Hi, welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. I got some more plays for you today out of my Saints playbook. That's right, we are going back to the Saints just for a couple of plays. Something that I didn't really show off too much in the series that I've done so far was the gun tight offset tight end. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really remember this. I was using the Arizona Cardinals playbook, and there was a couple of plays that I was using really successfully in there that I'm going to show you. And then I just remember there's, this formation is a little bit better. The two plays that I'm going to show you out of the Arizona Cardinals formation, one of them is at the bottom there, the PA shot seams. That particular play is in the gun tight in that formation. This is the gun tight offset tight end. So the real only difference between the two formations is you have a tight end here rather than a receiver. I'll have plenty of success with that. I like a nice sturdy tight end catching balls over the middle, which is what you're going to see here anyway from the PA shot seams. Now, one thing though, you're probably going to want some speed at this receiver spot right here, so make sure you put in one of your faster guys. There's not actually a whole lot of speed on this particular team, but these plays will work regardless. You don't necessarily need the fastest guy there. I could probably keep Michael Thompson, who was typically there in the first place. He was traditionally that's where the #1 receiver typically is, so we'll actually keep him there because I've had a lot of success with that. But keep that in mind. You might want a receiver there because that is the route that's going to get a lot of deep shots. Another thing that makes this formation even better than the regular gun tight is some of the run plays that I'm going to show you later on. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick this play first, and then on defense we're going to go random on defense, random nickel to match formation here. So one of the reasons I like this play compared to another play, let's see if the other play is in the audibles. I think it might be. Yeah, it's not. Actually, the PA shot seams is in here. But one of the reasons I like this play over another play I'm going to show you in a minute that is very similar is I like what Fleener and Ginn are doing. Those are really good cover 3 beaters. This does not look like a cover 3. This looks like it's probably a cover 2. But that's a pretty good, even Fleener's a good cover 2 beater a lot of times if the middle of the field, if the linebacker doesn't drop back with him. So that's something to keep in mind. But this particular play you can run a couple of different ways. One of the ways that you can run it is you can put Coleman here just on a simple out route. And you don't even have to motion him out sometimes. Sometimes you can just have him on a simple out route, and that alone is going to get some openings up the middle of the field. I mean, look how easy that was. That's just pitch and catch. I passed led inside a little bit. That's important, but I mean, that's just, can that be any easier? And all I did was put him on an out route. You know what I mean? So here we go. Now we got our cover 3. For a cover 3, if it is a cover 3, it might be a cover 1, I'm not sure yet. But if it's a cover 3, there's a little bit of a glitchy thing you can do where you can motion this guy out a little bit and then snap the ball. And it's a cover 1 man, which is perfect too. So I'm just going to lob this up. Once again, Thompson is just doing work out here. It's just ridiculous how easy this play is. So it's up to you. It's really your option. Here looks like another cover 3 or maybe a cover 1. I'm not really sure, but it's really your option whether you want to try to motion Coleman out. Kind of gives the play away a little bit. It looks like we got another cover 1 man, so we're going to lob it. We're going to let our man catch that and run. He gets caught up. It's all good though. But you definitely give your man an opportunity to run under the ball. That's why I said you probably want a little bit more speed there than what Thomas has, but you can see how much success he's having. So this here looks like it might be like an all-out blitz or something like that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to pass lead to the open portion of the field there for Fleener, nice and easy. So you definitely got to keep an eye on Fleener. I mean, he can definitely get open pretty quick. Here I can tell I'm just going to have to pass lead. I mean, there's just openings everywhere. This is a perfect cover 3 concept. One of the best cover 3 plays in the game for sure. Here looks like they're shifting down to a cover 3 once again. So I know right away I got Fleener. I probably got Thomas. As long as I do this motion glitch here, you're going to get Thomas right up the seam. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just so easy. And a lot of times they're plays that can be gone, but other times they're just regular like that. So another thing you can do that I really like to do is I like to take Kamara here, or Kamara. I don't want to say his name wrong because people will bitch at me in the comment section, but you want to take Kamara, put him on a wheel route, and then motion him to the line. Now this here kind of gives you that same 4 verticals concept that you typically have, but now you have Kamara kind of stretching outside. You still have Thompson and Fleener a lot of the times, but this is going to change what you do with Coleman. You're going to put Coleman here on a drag, and now you can see how he's just a real easy check down. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, this R1 route is my first read now. He's pretty much going to get open in the flats. That was not the best read, but you know what? He still caught it for a couple of yards. It was kind of close. Let's go ahead and let's do that again. Like I said, not the best read. I probably should have went somewhere else, but since I was trying to show him off, I got kind of stuck on him. So here we go. Like I said, everybody's pulled back. Coleman here, not the fastest guy, but you can see how there's nobody within like 5 or 6 yards of him. That's the thing about this type of play. You're going to get crazy separation from Kamara and from Coleman. So I'll just try to get Kamara a little bit here. Here we go. Looks like we got some man coverages, so pretty much everybody's going to be open. Let's try to get some more zones. That's really what I'm more interested in right now. So, like I said, this is, you know, I'm really expecting there's going to be times where Kamara is like wide open in the flats. I'm not really getting it yet. That's all good. So here, that looks like a cover 2. Busted coverage there. Fleener's wide open. Let's go ahead and let's move on. I'm going to try to do a run play next. I want to throw in some run plays. I'm going to try to make this a 2-part series, one really good play and one run play. I said I was going to do a run play next, but let's go over the Saints drive out because it's a very similar play. Before I do that, we'll go ahead and we'll show this real quick and then we'll move on. This play here is very similar on the left side as the play I just showed you, but obviously the other side is very different. But you have a couple of different options here. On the other side, you have high and low options over the middle. I'm not a huge fan of this type of play with throws over the middle, to be honest with you. I would say, if anything, though, I would definitely motion out the table route here, so you have something really good to the flats. But you can see right there, he kind of got caught up. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this. Look how you have really tight coverage over the middle. It's not really my favorite method, but this is something you can definitely mess around with, and you still have the option of motion out the running back, because like I said, that table route a lot of times can be effective if he gets off the line clean. He's kind of getting jammed around because of the way, like typically, you know, the other play I showed you, I'm motioning to this side, but you can't do that because the route's not going that way. So in this particular, you know, setup, you have to motion to this side, and then you're going to see how he just doesn't get a clean release a lot of times. Like, he gets bumped off coverage quite a bit. There he gets a nice clean release, but it's hit or miss. So this particular play, it's a decent play, but it's not as good as far as I think is the other play. So we'll go ahead and we'll move on. Like I said, I wanted to show you guys a run play, a couple of good run plays. The next video will probably have a run play too. But the 0-1 trap is one of the run plays that's, you know, that as far as the Cardinals formation, like I was saying, the regular gun tight that I use quite a bit. The run plays just aren't there in that formation. Where this one has some really good ones. Like I said, the 0-1 trap is probably the best one. We'll go ahead and we'll keep matching here. You can do the same thing. You just do your little fake motion out, make him think it's a pass play, and then hit him with this inside trap. That's about a 5-yard gain. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is necessarily a home run play like the passing plays are, but it's a really good play to keep him honest. You can see I'm not really getting much contact till about 4 or 5 yards. I'm not going to continue to do the motion out, but make sure that you do that against the user. You definitely want to keep your opponent off guard there. I mean, that was an easy 10 yards right there. And I'm just getting an easy 5 yards pretty much every time. I mean, this is just a play. You got to, you know, keep balance, and then there you can see how you have opportunities for bigger runs. So that's it. That's it for part 1. If you guys want to see part 2, it's on my Patreon now. Other than that, hit the like button. I'll put that out next. And that's it. Thanks for watching Madden Money Shot out. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing up the Madden cheese as always. I got some plays for you today out of the Saints playbook, the gun tight, offset tight end. This is part 2. If you guys didn't see part 1, make sure you check that out. I got some really explosive, I would call them one-play touchdowns, but they're just really explosive plays in that video. Really good video, so make sure you check that out. Pop a link for that. Also have a link in the description below. Other than that, let's go and let's get right into it. In the first video, I really touched on the potential of the running back running a wheel route out of the backfield, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit here too. There's a couple different plays out of this formation that have like really glitchy instant open wheel routes. The Saints halfback wheel is one of them, and the other one is the Saints spot shake. We'll go ahead and we'll show that one first. And then we'll go ahead, we'll go random nickel normal. Real easy play. All you're really going to do is motion out Kamara, and that's it. I mean, this is the play right here. You got 4 options. The only ones that really I think are going to be open are going to be Kamara in the flats. He's just going to get open right away. As you can see here, he just sprints up the sideline for like an easy 10 yards. That's a really easy, you know, that's something about these tight formations. I really have a tight on left side, bunch on the other, which all of these kind of formations really mess up the AI. The check down is really nice too. This little spot shake that the receiver's doing is great. Yeah, it's a really tough route for a user middle linebacker or the computer to cover what Ginn's doing, because it's there's not a lot of routes like it. Here it looks like we're going to get to the sideline again. Like I said, that's just an easy, instant couple of yards. You can take that all game. The computer doesn't cover that very well, and it's just super fast. I mean, you know, you just don't really have much opportunity for nothing else. Here we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna throw that in tight to Coleman there. Yeah, one of the things that's really cool about this play is pretty much everything is like instant open. So if you make your reads quick enough, I mean, look at that, 10 yards of separation right there. I mean, you can't ask for more, and it's just instant. So, I mean, this is, you know, these type of plays can be your bread and butter for your offense, and you can just use them to death. Here we go. That was a blitz, and we got Kamara outside again. It looks like we might get a touchdown. Come on, bro. That was a good play, though. It's all about the running back, and really what makes him get open like that is motioning the line of scrimmage. That's it. A lot of times, just motioning the guy to the line of scrimmage just makes it that much harder for the computer to cover, and you can see that's exactly what happened here. And then obviously the circle route is a really good check down. So a lot of different options. So we'll go ahead and move on. I don't want to spend too much time on this next play because it's pretty much the same concept in the Saints halfback wheel. So we're going to go over this real quick, and then I'll finish up the video with well, I'm not sure, maybe a run, maybe a pass. I got a couple more plays out of here that I really like to show. That's why I think I'm probably going to have a part 3. So if you guys want to see part 3 of this, hit the like button. So, you know, I'm doing 3 plays pretty much every video. But the Saints halfback wheel is, like I said, very similar concept. You can do a couple of different things with this play, though. It's not all about the running back. So we'll keep going random nickel normal. So this play right here, you can do pretty much the same thing with Kamara. I keep trying for you guys, so I don't hear any bitching. But Kamara here is, it just doesn't sound right, I'm sorry. But Kamara here is going to do pretty much the same thing, but he doesn't quite take the angle that he did in the last play. But you can still see he's still getting ridiculous separation. That was a man coverage, which is part of the reason why. I thought he was faster too, by the way. But this is definitely, you know, if he's man with a linebacker, you can see how far off that's going to be. But against a zone, I mean, it might not have the same success. Still shooting out of there like a rocket. Didn't hang onto the ball that time. But you can see how this play is effective either way. But what really makes this play unique, as I really like what Thompson and Coleman are doing on the other side. You can stick with the double drags. A lot of people like to do the double drags. I don't think that's as successful as it was a couple years back. But what I like to do is I like to put Coleman into a flat route. And you're going to see how you have a nice high-low concept here. That was actually pretty good coverage. I didn't expect him to drop down like that. I made a bad read. It's all good, though. But putting him into in a flat route, you're going to see how he pulls coverage down a lot of times away from Thomas, or Thomas will pull coverage back and give him a nice, easy catch and run. I really wish I had put a better athlete out there where Coleman was. I could probably make more plays. Yeah, so I think that, especially in cover 2s, which a lot of people run, what Coleman and Thomas are doing are going to be really effective. I'll try to focus on them a little bit. We have that over the middle, high and low route as well. Those are your checkdowns there, what Ginn and Fleener are doing. At the very least, Ginn should be open pretty much every time. So here we go. Now we have that high-low, hangs onto the ball, nice catch. Wasn't necessarily the best read. Maybe I should have gone somewhere else other than Thomas, but just as long as he has enough separation. I mean, he's a really good receiver. So, of course, I'm going to put it on him sometimes. Is there. We get another nice big play. Here it looks like we got a cover 3 or cover 1. I'm not sure if this is really going to work out for Thomas. If it's a cover 3, it's most likely going to be Coleman. If it's a cover 1, it's going to be it's definitely going to be Thomas. So here we go. We got a cover 1. Just going to wait for him to turn that corner. So really easy reads. Here, this looks like it's probably a cover 2. So I really just have to watch that left outside corner so I can know where the ball's going to go. If he drops down like here, he did not. So we're just going to wait for that window, and then Thomas is going to get a nice easy catch. So here, this looks like, if I had to guess, I'd say this is a cover 2 man. So that means that my reads are either Thomas, Ginn, or the running back. And sure enough, it is not a man, though. Didn't make the best read, but that's okay. We got a window there. Yeah, that's all that matters. I probably could have went underneath, too. But yeah, Thomas is definitely a good cover 2 play. Last video, I showed a really good cover 3 play. So this here would complete that. I mean, those are like the 2 most used defenses for the most part. And we're going to get a nice toe tap and grab right there. Another thing you can do out of this is you can put Coleman on just your regular bench switch concept. If you like running a bench switch, I don't really like running that, but you can do that here. That's not one of my favorite variations. You can see I just don't have a rhythm for it. It's not my play. But if you like the bench switch, or you like the bench play, which a lot of people do, you can do that just by putting Coleman on an out route. But like I said, that's not me. You know, I'll try it. I just don't know why, but I just can't make the reads. I can't make the throws. There, it worked out pretty good, but it's just not my style of play. I'm not into the corner strike either, if you want to know the truth about it. A lot of these pro concepts, they just don't really suit me. I make my own stuff, which I really think this is a better variation. But it's really up to you, whatever you like to use. So realistically, it's your call. So here we go once again. For whatever reason, I just think that guy pulls that window that much wider open than the bench switch does. I mean, that's just me. But here, like I said, one of these guys is going to get open. That's the point. To me, the bench switch, they play a little bit closer together. But I said I wasn't going to be quick on this, so let's go ahead and let's move on. So I wanted to finish this on a run play. That was one of the things that I said that I liked about this formation compared to the Cardinals variations. It just has better run plays. The inside zone is the run play I'm going to finish this on. And I'm going to run a little bit different than it looks. So we're going to pick that. Then we're going to go random nickel. You can run it just like this. It's a good play. A lot of times your nickel formations that you're going to see have a big gap in the middle over the center. So that's where this comes into handy, and comes in handy is going to be very successful. You can see it's like a nice little 5-yard run here. I think the run play I put out in the first video was probably a little bit more explosive than this one, but this one's a little bit safer because you have your, there's nobody pulling, so there's less opportunity for guys to run in and shoot gaps and stuff like that. As you can see, I get a nice big run. As I say that, I get a nice explosive run, but it's really, it's really your choice. A lot of people like to run inside zones. I'm motion snapping a guy too, by the way, which is really up to you. It always helps out. They only get about 5 yards, but it's still good. So, just pick your spots, I guess, really, to use that. I really could have got more if I ran outside there, but it's all good. So that's it for video number 2. If you want to see part 3, it's on my Patreon now. Other than that, hit the like button, and I'll put that out next. And that's it. Thanks for watching Madden Money Shot out. All right, welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. I got part 3 of my gun tight offset tight end. If you guys have been watching this all week, I appreciate it. I put out part 1 and 2 earlier. I'll try to have links in the description, and I'll try to pop links as I'm talking about it in the top right corner. But other than that, this is part 3. This here, like I said prior, I have some of these plays are in the Cardinals playbook. If you guys know any other playbook that they're in, let me know in the comment section. I would imagine maybe like the Jets or something, because the Jets are pretty close. But overall, the most and the best plays out of this formation are definitely in the Saints, which is why I showed it out of the Saints. But like I said, this is the gun tight offset tight end. Typically it's just a gun tight, but this is a really good playbook. It has a lot of pro concepts that I'm probably not going to show, like the bench is a really good, a lot of pros love the bench and the bench switch. I'm not a fan of those. I said that in the last video. I'm not a huge fan of those particular plays, but I've showed pretty much every play in here except for the couple that I'm going to show here in part 3. And it's just a really good formation. The gun tight itself is just a really good formation. This is just only different because it has a tight end in it rather than 4 wide receivers. But that's good. A lot of teams don't have 4 good wide receivers, so that's actually pretty helpful. Other than that, like I said, let's go ahead and let's pick the first play in the final video. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show the mesh. So this play right here, I mean, a lot of people know this play. I don't really run it like people have done in the past. This is not as effective as it was in previous Maddens, where you do the mesh double drags. You get a couple of yards. It's not great though. I think there's a really good way to run it now, where you can basically just take get in there, put them on a flat route, and you have a really good cover 2 concept, which is you have a high low. For whatever reason, this circle route here just gets unbelievable separation when you combine these routes. It's just such a really cheap and cheesy concept here. I don't think that Kimura, I put him on a pass block because I don't really want him drawing coverage. I want this circle route to get forgotten, and if he doesn't get forgotten, then you got Fleener just wide open on a cover 2. So really good play. We'll go ahead and we'll do this a couple times. On the other side, I can't say that I really do much with them at all. You can use the concept that I used prior, which is put this guy on an out route, motion him out, and then you can just see how Thomas is just a really dirty route on the other side. So this is a really simple play, but it's really capable of a lot of different things. So I would say realistically, if you set this play up properly, you got cover 2 on the right side. Now I got cover 3 on the left side. Just motioning this guy out makes this a really good cover 3 play. But realistically, I can tell already this is not a cover 3. This is a cover 2. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I went to cover 2 side. But yeah, this is just a really good play no matter what you're doing. Like I said, make sure you pass block Kamara there. That's important. So they're going to treat this like a cover 2, even though it looks like a cover 1. Since it's a cover 1 man, obviously that outside slant's going to be murderous. And we got a big play. This looks like a cover, probably a cover 3. It might be a cover 1. Got to pay attention for that. And it was some sort of blitz. I mean, we had a lot of people open, but I went Fleener's way. Fleener's the safest bet for sure. As you can see, he's pretty much getting open against cover 3 or cover 2. And we got cover 2 man. Doesn't matter, man. Fleener's getting it done. So this here looks like it's either a cover 1 or a cover 3. Gotta watch to see what they do. Definitely a cover 3. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna throw in that gap. And I thought he would catch and run that, but it's all good. Big play. Here we got cover 3 once again. Or a cover 1. Gotta watch if it's a man. Let's see what happens. Definitely a cover 3. Slide in that pocket. Throw it over in that hole there. Get going, Thomas. And we're gonna move on with that one. We're gonna move on with that one.